Hey guys, what's going on? Today we have the pleasure of interviewing Khacho from
Yerevan.
Yeah. And so tell us a little bit about what you do, and welcome, and tell us a little bit about what you do here in ArevMedia.
Yeah, I joined the company earlier this year, joined as a part of the technical team, then got onboarded in the media buying team. We've been doing great with ArevMedia, learned a lot of stuff, basically found out that I'm a better fit in the company as a media buyer, and yeah, we've been bringing in some good results.
Ultimately, it's all about whatever it takes, hey, whatever it takes. You've definitely stepped up whenever we needed help in one space or another. You've definitely always stepped out. Multiple roles, not only like the media buying and the technical. So I'm grateful for you. I just wanted to let you know that. And with that said, what is like your day-to-day work? What do you do?
The work, I'd say I don't like the idea of separating the day, like work and life, because basically doing a good job is all about preparation. Preparing before you're writing the copy, preparing before you're launching something. I start thinking about this early in the morning, because that's when I think the media buyer gets the most interesting ideas, because at the middle of the day or later at night you're not that creative, and basically you don't want to launch something, or you don't want to start something which is mundane and dull. That's not going to bring in results, right? You're going to be creative as a media buyer, as a copywriter, right? And basically I start thinking about what I'm going to do about my work that particular day during my morning coffee, when I'm also reading the books about copywriting mainly, or marketing in general. That's when I get these ideas, and then I'm connecting the dots later during the day, and basically I'm prepared for the work. At ArevMedia, we usually start the work with the account management team, so we're better synced up with what's going on the front end, so we can bring in the relative results from the back end on our end.
Sounds great. Tell me about your favorite part of your job.
Favorite part of the job is when you allocate huge amount of time doing stuff which people might not appreciate, or might not find sexy to do, right? Dull stuff, boring stuff, or tedious stuff, and then right amount of time passes, and actually you're seeing real results, and those results are sometimes so big that you're amazed that you could do this good, right? You're not anticipating this amount of leads, for example, this amount of results from the work that you're actually doing, and then you can go back with media buying. It's always interesting. You can do some stuff, but at the time you cannot observe really what's gonna change the performance, and you come back and you every day and every hour, multiple times during the day, you're discovering new stuff for yourself, new stuff about psychology of people who you are trying to convert as leads or as sales for your clients.
Absolutely. I think there's a great quote. It says, "You are who you are when nobody's watching." But in our case, it's also your work is who you are, is what you do when nobody's watching.
Yeah.
Because when nobody's watching, it doesn't matter that it's not. The fact that nobody's watching doesn't mean that it's not making an impact, making a change. And so I love that. Doing the things that go the extra mile are very important. So I love that takeaway. Khacho, what is one thing that is less than ideal? We like to keep it real. There is some stuff internally that we can do better. We are not perfect. What would you say that is, in your opinion?
I think we are on a very good track in terms of growing and automating stuff. There's a lot of holes to be filled right now. We need better communication between us and internal parts of the team, basically getting the right information from the client to the backend, and getting the right information, the correct information from the backend to the client, so we can perform better, so our advertising performs better, because basically what we can make a good ad solely on ourselves, right? We need to keep better communication with the client, so the creatives that he's making and ultimately what he's selling is congruent with what we are doing in the backend, right? So that's a major thing, but we're on the right track, and we've improved a lot. We've improved more than we could anticipate, I think, months ago. Yeah, so basically it's a pleasure to see this growth that we are having right now.
Absolutely, and same with you. Seeing that you, like, this is what's cool. Like, I think Hova will agree with me. Everybody will agree with me. Khacho, you came in. When did you came? In January, December, February. You came in February. You were just another. Is it fair to say that you were just another programmer? You're just another programmer. There's like 1,000 in Armenia.
Yeah.
Nothing special per se, quote unquote, right? Is it accurate to say? Except you as a person, your skill set, right? Your skill set was just that, really, correct?
Yeah.
And now, like, you're so good, like, at the automation side, the media buying side, the copywriting side, the marketing side, like how much in this? How many months? So February. 5 months, 4 months, what is it?
Yeah, 4 months.
In 4 months, how much growth have you experienced? Like, personally, you tell me.
It's actually exactly 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Amazing growth. The growth is, why did I grow so much? In Armenia, in your local offices, they're not doing great stuff, right? They're not taking good jobs from clients outside of Armenia. They're not having big projects, right? There are only a handful of corporations in Armenia, big corporations, which are doing like great things, big projects, like international projects, right? And basically, a lot of the offices, a lot of job opportunities doesn't necessarily involve modern technology, so to speak, modern tools of automation. And everyone does basically doing stuff by themselves. Not automating stuff, not doing modern stuff, not innovative, right? Being stuck in the early 2000s or 2010s. And what is amazing about ArevMedia and why I was able to grow this rapidly, if I may say so, and why everybody will grow rapidly if being in the right mindset, is that ArevMedia wants to grow itself and wants its employees to be innovative, right? Bring in more innovative tools, more automations, more cool stuff, basically. Maybe modern people will go cool stuff, right? Zapier, cool stuff. Nobody ever heard about this, like, locally, right? But it's a big tool, and it helps bring in the value, and it brings actual sales to the people, right? Using modern technology that ArevMedia is using, and which is not ideal for the clients to use, right? They need some sort of medium for themselves, which is the marketing agencies, we in this case. They need some sort of medium who can automate stuff for themselves, so they can more professionally get back to their potential prospects, their potential leads and people who are going to buy for them, and ultimately have great results in terms of money, right? Because advertising is another way to make more money, ultimately.
100%. Let's talk a little bit about what is the one thing that makes you proudest about ArevMedia?
Very unique. We are a quote-unquote cult, because we have some things that not nobody else, but the 99.9% of the companies are not doing. That is, for example, encouraging people to work out. nobody encourages people to work out, as far as I've had the opportunity to observe, right? And that was shocking for me in ArevMedia, like the company actually encouraging people to work out, to get better, not only professionally, but mentally, physically, and as a person, right? As a whole, right? And that's fantastic about ArevMedia. I'm proud about it. I tell people about it, that there's some companies out there which you've never heard of, but which are killing it, and they're gonna eat everybody else alive, right? Because they're moving too fast and people can't catch up. If you are developing your employees as sharks, they're gonna eat everybody else, right? That makes me proud, right? Because ArevMedia makes you a better physically fit, mentally mature. It imposes books to read, for example, and it encourages people to read more, research more, do more physical stuff, right? It's fantastic. I loved it.
And with that said, I think just for everybody listening, if you're an employee, if you are you're an employee, you are you're even a client, I think the level of progress, I was telling this to somebody else today, I was telling another employee, our head of retention, the level of strictness and the level of commitment you have to yourself and to the best version of yourself is to the level that you will grow. And it's the same level of that you will pass around to others.
Yes.
So I want to commend you, Khacho, because I think you're the only one on the team now that not only is doing 75 hard actively, but you're also doing the cold shower part, which personally I think is one of the hardest things. And you've been doing it consistently for a while, and it's zero doubt in my mind that the reason of your progress is that same reason that you are extremely hard on yourself in a good way.
Yeah.
That is the same reason. The reason for your massive growth is because you're doing 75 hard and you're pushing yourself to the next level for yourself first, and then for the companies. Not for the companies, for yourself. Is how great can I be? How great can I be as a human being, as a person? And then it's, I actually happen to be better at my job, be more productive. For example, you and I were talking, I told you how long have you been doing 75 hard in the cold showers, more or less?
I wouldn't say I was consistent 100% with 75 hard and cold showers for medical reasons. Right? Sometimes, some days I need to separate the second part of the exercise, so I need not to do the longer part, like 45 minutes, but I divide them into little small pieces, so it's more sustainable for me, for medical reasons. But I'd say I started at April 7th, I think.
So that's like what, a month and a half or something like that, a bit more?
Yeah, a bit more.
What? Just tell everybody else. This is other employees are gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
Other potential employees and clients are gonna listen to this. Like, being honest, what was your increase in performance as a human being from Khacho, just being Khacho, not doing anything, to Khacho doing 75 hard and the cold showers?
It will be extremely hard for me to be able to track something in the long run, but I'm gonna give you separate instances, right? Let me tell you, I had a day which would have been a failure if I didn't do 75 hard plus cold shower, right? I was behind my laptop. I needed to do some urgent things, basically to launch a client. I had a deadline and I was dead. I couldn't think of what to write, how to launch this. I was lost, right? I thought, what I'm gonna do, right? And then Andy Frisella came to my mind, and then Goggins came to my mind, and I don't know, Huberman came to my mind.
Heck yeah, I love it.
And immediately, I'm on the ground doing push-ups, I'm lifting weights, I go take a cold shower, I come back and I kill it. I stay awake until 3 a.m. or something.
Heck yeah.
Which was,
Heck yeah.
I couldn't think of myself staying that late, right? But it was amazing, right? I completed my task. I completed the objective, right? That's what the employee needs to have, this mindset that he is there or she is there to complete the objective, like a warrior, like a soldier, right? Because we might have situations. It's not absolutely necessary that for people to be in this mindset all the time, but basically there are times that you need to do this, and it's a life and death situation, right? If you leave it for tomorrow, the client might cancel, for example. He might not get the results that he's anticipating, right? And yeah, those are times when you need to take responsibility for yourself and put some extra pressure on your shoulders, which are a little bit later, are going to translate into real results. That's it.
Wow. I'm just blown away right now. I have no words. I have no words. Who's going to carry the boats, right?
Yeah,
Who's going to carry the boats?
Yeah, and the logs.
Oh man, I love it. You know, you haven't brought up core values, but you haven't said core values. So, when I was doing the other interviews, some people were mentioning core values, but you are, in every sentence or in every other sentence, you are bringing up a core value.
Yes.
You are bringing up leading by example. You're bringing up accept responsibility, always be learning, commit to dominating. You're bringing up all these core values in each one of your speeches, which makes me super happy. I'm honestly, as a leader, a little shocked in a good way that I'm talking to you guys, and like I know, and I tell you guys, hey, the core values are important, and we make you guys know them by heart. But that's one thing, and then you guys actually believing about it, doing it, implementing it, shocks me in a great way, and it can only go up from here. So why don't you give me, for everybody listening, whether it's a client or an employee, give me a productivity hack that works out for you.
What hack? I'm sorry.
Productivity hack.
Productivity hack. Having sorted your morning routine is huge. Getting up early can be like 7 a.m., 7:30, 8 a.m. Just being consistent, right? When you wake up, not lying in the bed scrolling, just wasting your time. Waking up and then drinking some water. I usually drink half a liter of water after I wake up. I learned this routine from Huberman. He says that this is the ultimate morning routine that you can have. And then you need to expose yourself to sunlight. I expose myself to sunlight while doing the morning training, right? Morning workout. And then when I come home, I have my protein-rich breakfast to the point it will be how can I say this? It will fade away in the middle of the day when I start working, right? So I don't feel bloated or I don't feel heavy. And then 2 hours after I wake up, about 10 a.m., 11 a.m., I have my coffee, very strong. I make it so strong, so I will drink it. It will take me an hour to drink it. So during that time, I'm reading, and when I'm reading, I'm connecting the dots, how I can make my day more productive, and taking and having the book as a source, right? So it can have real life solutions for me. It will bring forth real life solutions for me. And yeah, it's basically about preparing always. Prepare before a call, prepare before launching someone, prepare before writing a copy, headline. Yeah, everything. Over preparing for me.
I love that. What would you say is like your motivation to do all this? You don't have to. Like, why do you choose to do it?
Oh, it's a hard question. It's a hard question in terms of that it's hard to articulate. Why? Like it's the ultimate question, right? Why? It's basically, it all comes down to the person that you are, the person that you chose to be earlier. What I'm doing right now, and what I've been doing for a while, even before joining the company, is closely related to the choice not to be lazy, right? People either choose to be lazy or they choose to be hardworking. I made the choice, I think, a couple of years ago, because I thought if you're gonna be lazy, you're gonna die, ultimately. Not to tell a life story, you're lazy, you're gonna die miserably. I mean, everybody's gonna die, but you need to think about how you're gonna feel when you die, right? You need to meditate on your mortality, on what are you leaving behind really? Are you gonna be fulfilled when you're lying in bed dying? Because every time someone goes to bed sleeping, I'm getting too philosophical now, but every time someone wants to sleep, he needs to, and one Armenian hero said that about having some nationalistic connotations, like what have you done for your country? Think about it when you go to sleep. And you need also to think about what have you done today actually for yourself, right? Because it all comes down to individual persons, right? What have you done for yourself? Have you become better, or you're just being lazy ass, just scrolling on your phone, right? And if you have that sense of fulfillment every day, if it become a week, you can't have a good year without having a good month. You can't have a good month without having a good week, and it all comes down to the morning routine, for me.
Morning routine, daily habits,
Yes.
regardless if it's morning, night, whatever. I'm a night person, but the point prevails.
Yeah.
The daily critical things that need to be done to dominate,
Sure.
to complete the mission, as you're saying. I love that so much. This is amazing. What do you like to do in your free time, Khacho?
I like scrolling on my phone to find good content, because sometimes it's not very productive, but when you find good content, it gives you more ideas for work, right? It's basically becoming a way to entertain yourself, but at the same time you're getting good value. It's just basically you need to figure out which platform to use, right? TikTok or Instagram. Yeah, you need to do a little research, and then you need to train that app so it better understands what you need, right? That's a fun way for me to spend my time. Books, basically. I like reading books a lot.
Biggest your favorite book, since you brought it up? Let's just keep it business and success, for example.
I loved Think and Grow Rich very much. I remember the chapter about faith and auto-suggestion. I think if somebody doesn't want to read the whole book, I think that's the only 10 out of 10 chapters in that book. Think and Grow Rich, 48 Laws of Power, and yeah, I think I should say these two. The other books are great, but they are too specific, like copywriting books. But general books, 48 Laws of Power, Mastery, of course, all the content that you can find from Robert Greene, basically.
100% love 48 Laws of Power. Love that book. Highly recommend it. I think on Grow Rich and anything by Robert Greene, absolutely. Khacho, as we are wrapping up, what message do you have for clients and maybe potential clients on one side, and also what message do you have for maybe potential employees that are looking to work for a good, decent, or great company in our case?
For potential clients, I'd say you need to look at what results have people produced previously, and you need to look for honesty, right? Because how are people draining money, other agencies draining money of the clients? They're lying to clients, basically. And it is in our core values not to lie clients. It's honesty. The first of our core values is honesty. If somebody is making big promises, doing a big talker, it's most certain that they're lying. If you come to ArevMedia, we're setting up expectations that we, in the long run, are gonna outperform other agencies, right? We're being honest about it. We're not saying that you're gonna get instant results, right? And we can show you, right? We can show you great results for people who stay with us for a longer time frame. We've had a client, we've been managing his account for years now, and we're not stopping, right? With advertising, it's just like gaining the momentum. It's all about gaining the momentum, and then it's hard to stop the advertising. Once it gained the momentum, it's hard to stop. And but we are not stopping there, right? We're trying to implement new things. We're being innovative. We're trying AI. We're generating new content. We're always trying to lower the cost per result for our clients. And yeah, we're being innovative. We're being hard on ourselves. We're overachievers, right? And we can actually prove that, right? With day-to-day reports or weekly reports, we can always say, nobody can come in and say, what have you done today for me? And we say just nothing, right? We're overperformers. For people who are potential employees, I'm gonna say that if you have made the choice to grow, if you made the choice to be an overachiever and to dominate, is the best place for you, right? In other companies, in other offices, people have the job, have basically a right amount that they have figured out previously for themselves. Like, this is the right amount of money that we want to bring in. It suffices. We don't want to go further. We don't want to go the extra mile, so to speak. And it's not the case with ArevMedia. We always try to bring in more people, because it's not only for ourselves. We know that a lot of people are getting burned out and overwhelmed with other marketing agencies which are not bringing results and which are not working, which are there to drain off the money and not bring in real results. We are here to bring results, and we are basically, it's good on our end, it's good on the client's end. And yeah, if you want to outperform people, if you want to grow yourself, if you want to make a positive change in the world, in the business world particularly, ArevMedia is the best place to grow as a professional, to grow on technical side of things, to grow physically, mentally, emotionally.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me, and I know that's amazing. I know it's not been easy, but that means a lot to me, and there's still a long way to go. There's still a long way to go, absolutely. I just want to make that clear, but it's already very, very meaningful to me. Khacho, anything else you would like to add for everybody listening before we wrap up?
Work on yourself. Even though you're not seeing the benefits immediately, it's like a curve. Just Google value of disappointment. That's how life is. Google, if you're feeling bad, if you're not seeing immediate results, it just means you just started, right? You just need to wait for the compounding effect. It will grow. It will pile up, right? Your efforts, they're not gonna vanish away. If you're persistent enough, if you're consistent, if you choose defeat over resilience, you're not gonna make it. If you choose resilience over time, it's impossible for you not to see the results, right? We've seen it.
I love it. I'm going to call you the philosopher of ArevMedia. This is awesome. This is so good. Well, thank you so much for your time. What questions do you have for me, Khacho?
What do you think we will achieve in 5 years? Where ArevMedia will be in 5 years, and what we need to do to achieve what you have in mind?
Where we will be in 5 years. You know, I'm going to say this out there. It might be too big and too there's two types of goals that I have. One is a number, and then there is like a very like historic goal. The first one is, let's just go with the number. And it might be unrealistic. You can laugh at me. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to get there. First one is, I want to have a team of 1,000 people. I want to have a team of 1,000 people. That's a very big amount, but I think we can get it done. When, Khacho? I don't know. I think in 10 years, somewhere in the 10-year mark, I think that could be possible. We will see. Now we're putting it out in the universe. That's the first thing. I have 3 answers to this question. Second thing is where we will be. I think in 5 years, to answer your question, where I want to be in 5 years is, I talk about our mission and vision. Our mission and vision is to change Armenia by taking such good care of our corporate clients in America and US, being so expert, so amazing, that we can take the hardest, most competitive market in the world, which is in the US, taking that knowledge, deploying it into Armenia, into specific projects that can make Armenia better, bring more people back into Armenia, arm Armenians, get Armenians fit, get them with the right mindset, all these things. That's where I want to be in 5 years. Now, to what level do we reach in 5 years? I think will mainly depend on one thing. It will mainly depend on me, management, you, developing more ambitious and extremely aggressive leaders within the company. Ambitious, extremely aggressive, while still having our core values of honesty and integrity, humble, accepting responsibility. It will be, I think, the level of speed that we reach. I think now at this point is the level of people stepping up to become leaders, and our capacity to find more great, amazing leaders and people to come join our organization. I think that's the answer. And I think it's the biggest issue that one of the biggest issues is we're gonna have as we scale is not only finding great people, but finding great leaders and people at the same time. The more great leaders and people we have in ArevMedia, everything else will sort them out. If we add another great leadership person, leadership capability, he maybe starts even from the bottom, but he's a leader, he has leadership tendencies, he develops himself, he pushes himself, he becomes better in skill sets. The more people we can attract, retain, and turn into beasts, the faster we do that, those people, the faster we'll get to our goal. But ultimately, the goal is those 1,000 people.
Amazing, love that.
Thank you. Anything else?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah, that sums up a lot of questions for me.
Absolutely. Very good question. Thank you so much for your time today.